So you've been seeing that technology that they're using to catch that criminal for that Nancy Guthrie?
No. My wife's all over it though. She keeps me abreast of what's happening, but they said they got a suspect.
Well, they released that guy.
Oh, really? Okay.
So he got released, but they're utilizing the technology when he's at the door, his movement, his gait, and they're studying all this stuff, and it's this stuff that they're using basically.
Really?
Yep.
I hope they catch this dude.
Oh, dude, he's just an absolute scumbag.
I hope she's still alive.
The odds of it, though. Yes, I hope so too.
Yeah, it's been a while.
All right, so let's kind of take a look and see what the old magic box has to say for us, okay? So, alignment, okay? Most recommended. So if we take a look here, you see how your shoulders are really up here, okay? And that's telling me that we got a real open setup.
Okay.
Okay, so we want to try to get the idea right now when you set up, it's like this. You see how our shoulders are really here?
Yeah.
Okay, try to bring that back down to more of a level plane, and that's going to bring that from being here to here. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Okay, so let's try to keep the shoulders a little bit more square to start off with.
Okay.
Okay, we'll start with that. And then what that entails, right, because you have an open setup, right? Well, anyway, because you have an open setup, okay, the other thing that it says is that you're not getting a full turn.
Right.
Okay, because you're set up too far this way to turn back this way. So if we get back to neutral, now I can turn back further. Does that make sense?
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
All right, so let's just kind of focus on that.
All right.
Now look at our low point. Much better, right?
Yep.
Okay, good. Can you give me a sense of what you're feeling here? How's it feel?
I think it's a little over the top, but
I would agree with that. With the motion is the setup's looking a lot better.
yeah.
Okay, but you can see that your club path, right, is 5.6 degrees, 6 degrees to the left.
Okay.
So we need to have that feeling of swinging out to the right.
Okay.
Okay, does that make sense?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so if we could kind of close up that setup and really feel like we're swinging out this way and start taking care of that club path.
Okay.
Okay?
All right.
Right. Okay, better job with the path. Okay.
Bye.
Set up again for me. Go ahead and set up, please. Good. Jump on out.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Okay. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
So it's got to feel like, it feels like to me, it always feels like that high and tight pitch is coming in on me on baseball, right? So it's going to feel more like this for you. Set up for me, partner.
Okay.
Go ahead, set up. Good. Keep good there. Good. Feel I'm tucking that left shoulder in a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, good. Now I know that's closed. That's completely closed right there. Okay, but I want to just kind of give you a sense of where it's at.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we just want to kind of open it up just a little bit now. There you go, much better. Okay?
Okay.
Okay, and that's, keep our hands right there, good. Okay. Now what club do we have in our hands? An 8-iron?
Yeah.
Good. Okay, just checking the position. Good. Okay. Good.
Okay.
All right. Good. So here's something I'm gonna teach and kind of show you here a little bit.
Okay.
Okay. If you look at your setup, okay, where the world of fades and draws come in, right, is that if my center line for my chest and my center line for my waist are the two indicators, right? For you, you get your top half in front of this, which is going to cause a fade or a slice. If
Okay.
I get my lower body in front of my upper body, then I have a greater gap here, which causes a draw.
Mm-hmm.
Does that make sense, big guy?
Mhm.
For you right now, your setup is kind of like this. You got kind of like this going on
Okay.
a little bit, right? You kind of get like this a little bit, and this guy's ahead of your hips a little bit. So we want to kind of feel like it's back, and that's going to get my shoulders to kind of close up. Does that make sense a little bit?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
All right.
Let's see how we do here. Good. Okay. How's it feeling? Can you give me an honest assessment of what you're feeling, what you're thinking?
Feels fine to me.
Okay, and that's fine with me. That's why I want to know. Now we've cut this thing down from, 5 and 6. Now we're down to a 3 consistent, which I'm fine with, okay? As close as we can get to 0, which is good. Okay? Your low point's getting a lot better now. Okay?
All right.
All right. So let's keep going with that. Why don't we hit about 2 or 3 more, and then why don't we change the clubs up a little bit?
Okay.
Okay. Good. 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 Okay. And what is your typical distance with an 8-iron?
140.
140. So we're missing something here, aren't we?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Isn't it? It's been more like 125. It says 113 there, but that's
Let's take a look.
really low. But I'm not cranking it anyway. This is more like 75.
Better. Give me one more here, and then we'll change up the clubs here.
Okay.
We switch on over to like a 6 or 7 or something like that.
All right.
Okay.
We noticed in your swing that you have a
6.
Mm-hmm. Good.
All right. Jump on that.
Who's going to get distance with that swing? That's as far as you go back.
Yeah. It's not far enough back. That's like a 3/4 swing.
Mm-hmm. Does that make sense, big guy?
Yep.
All right, so we're getting half the distance because we're swinging half as long. Okay, and that makes sense because I'm seeing some good numbers. Like this is doing good and all that, but I'm like, well, why is my smash factor off? Well,
I see.
okay, I mean look where those arms need to kind of be.
Yeah.
Okay, does that make sense? Now let me kind of explain some of the things that this is kind of showing us here a little bit, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's kind of take a look at this guy. Okay, and let's just kind of take a look at it in the world of 3D. All right, look at that guy. All right, very small backswing right there. And then what you do is you just kind of move your chest towards it, and then you kind of pull down, and then you back out of it. Okay. I'd like to see those arms up a little bit more, okay? Now here's the other thing that this tells us here too, and this kind of relates to what we see here with your swing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's go with this one here. Okay, is takeaways to inside, okay? We've still got to work on that.
Okay.
And then the flat shoulder turn. So this kind of relates to what we were talking about before here, right? Where we're trying to keep ourselves in posture and make a turn, right? For you, okay, right now what you're doing, right, is you're kind of doing a false turn. You're kind of going like this,
Okay.
okay, and you're standing up, okay. What we need to kind of have happen is we need to maintain a little more lateral side bend as we come through here, and then getting our arms up. So more of this, okay, where I'm at, instead of kind of like that, okay, because you kind of get here and then you allow your chest to kind of turn back towards the target a little bit, a little
Yeah.
reverse pivot, and then as you come through here, you can see that you really get yourself moving back this way.
Okay.
Does that make sense, big guy?
Yeah.
Okay. So let's kind of see here. All right, so these kind of all kind of come together. If I take it into flat in here,
Mhm.
then I'm going to get a flat shoulder turn up over here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and then what happens is as I release this and get through here, I'm so far up that I'm going to early extend.
Okay.
Okay, now watch what happens to me when I do this correctly, right? When I keep my lateral side bend, okay, and keep my rotation, right? If I keep myself down, right, see how I'm here? Now when I transfer, watch what my rear end does. You see how I would be smashing glass over here?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, if I go like this and I turn and I rotate flat, you see how my rear end goes this way?
Yeah.
Wouldn't be smashing as much glass. Does that make sense? Okay, so for us, we need to kind of get a little bit more this way, okay, than going like this.
Mm-hmm.
Does that make sense,
Mhm.
Delray? Okay. Okay, so think about this, okay? Maybe this will help you with your lateral side bend and maybe keeping our arms a little bit more up and around, okay?
Okay.
Try to think about more of your left shoulder going down towards the ball, okay?
Okay.
Than your left shoulder going out and around.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay? Give me a couple practice swings. Don't worry about the ball.
Okay.
Just try to focus on keeping that left shoulder more down and keeping that lateral side bend. Uh-huh. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, do that just a couple times for me. Get a feel for it, please. Okay. Let's take a look at this gentleman compared to this one. So you see where he's at, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's the top of your backswing there. Right? Now, did you think you were swinging more or less with the feeling that you had?
More.
Okay, good, good. You were. Just wanted to make sure. I didn't know what your sensations may be. That's huge.
Yeah.
I mean, that's huge,
Yeah.
right? That's why you're losing distance.
Yeah.
Right there, okay? There's no question
Alright.
about it. We need to be in this position right here, and that's a perfect position right there.
Okay.
But you see how once I get your left shoulder going more down towards the ball, how your hands come up,
Mm-hmm.
right? Instead of, if my chest stays flat and I go like this, then I'm just kind of allowing you to kind of be basically lazy on your backswing. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Right? But that's where we need to kind of be right there.
Okay.
Okay? That's going to get us distance.
Yeah.
That brings it back to 140 or whatever it is, right? Does that make sense, big guy?
Yeah.
All right, good. Good, good, good.
Okay.
Let's go get him now.
All right.
It's fine.
Okay.
Look at your club head speed, though. I think that's about 10 miles an hour faster than what it was before, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Let's see.
One.
Yeah, 6. You got that one up there. Okay.
Okay.
But I think we're starting to figure out where the loss of distance is, okay? Left shoulder down towards the ball. There we go. Now we're starting to get our distance back. Right? You see that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, good. Good. Look at that. 162, 156 carry. Good job. What do you typically hit your 6-iron?
Well, it's supposed to go 160, but it's been like 150.
Okay.
I used to hit 160. I haven't been hitting 160.
Yeah, well,
I see why now.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Shoulder going down towards the ball. Good swing. Good swing.
Okay. Let's see what the problem is.
But look at your club path, right? Now that we've got the swing longer, you're going to stay more on a corrected path, right? You're not going to have as much time with that short, choppy swing to change the route.
Right.
Okay.
Short.
Great height on that too. Great height.
Let's see it.
How's the swing feeling now that we've lengthened it up? You feel the difference of what we're doing now?
It definitely feels faster.
Good, good. That's good. It's got more runway.
Getting back the ball.
Okay. Kind of over-rotated on that one. Did you feel that?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's just try to get back to the idea of getting that left hand or left shoulder down towards the ball, okay? Get that feeling. Good swing. Good swing.
Is that 1.6 open?
Yes, the face angle is 1.6 degrees open.
All right.
Okay. You're going to get it closed that time.
Mm-hmm.
That's good though. You did what you were wanting to do.
Yep.
Okay. Just got to do it a little bit less. Right?
Okay.
Okay. Just have that turn down just a little bit later in the swing. Does that make sense?
Yep. Ah, back.
Left shoulder down towards the ball.
Okay.
Little square setup. Good. Good smash factor right there. Okay, getting where it needs to kind of be right there.
Okay.
Okay. Just gotta work on your face to path now. Yep. And that's just a little bit different type. Take a look at one thing here real quick. Okay. See if I can help you out. There it is. You see her?
Yep.
She's as wide open as a cat's ass.
Yep.
Okay.
I see it.
All right, here we go. Do you see where his face is? Now I know it might not seem like a lot, but 1 degree in the world of golf is huge. Okay? So you see how the face is pointing down, how yours is opening up?
Yeah.
That tells me, okay, Del Rey, that tells me that your first move, okay, instead of being hands in, club out, okay, see how that club face gets down? It's more like hands go up, club goes in.
Yep.
That's your move, okay? So we got to have that kind of feeling that kind of more of the hands are dragging around the thigh than getting lifted up,
Gotcha.
okay? So it's got to be when I get here, my hands feel like they go around my thigh, around the corner, okay, as I keep the club head outside. Okay, so here, set up for me real quick, please. Okay. It's gonna be this one. Right, so- Feel that? I can feel your hands wanting to go up. I can feel them wanting to fight me. Okay? There you go. Okay?
Okay.
Now you can see this is going to be a square club face for you. Okay? But once you start to do this, okay, you're going to have to close this twice as much as you open it to get it back to square. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
All right, so here, there you go, good. Okay, feel how the right palm's facing a little bit more down? Okay, and that's going to keep a square club face. So it's going to be a lot easier for us, whatever path we're on, to stay square to that path. Does that make sense? Instead of being wide open here and then trying to figure out how to get it closed. Right, and that one where you had it open, you're like, oh, I turned it a little too soon. You knew how much you had it open. Does that make sense, Del Rey?
Yeah.
All right.
Let me see if I can do that. That feels
And that feels weird, doesn't it? I know.
Yeah.
I know, right? But what we're trying to do is get rid of that lift that you kind of start off with your hands a little bit.
All right.
Okay? Give me one more here and we'll take a look, see what the face is kind of doing.
Okay.
Make sure she's. Good. Let's take a look and see. And let's just see how the face looks on the takeaway here. Much better. Alright, see how we can see it kind of pointing down just a little bit?
Yep.
Okay, where we go here. that when you did it. There you go.
Yeah, that one's open.
That one's open, right? So you
Yep.
see what we're doing here?
Yep.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Let's keep
I can
going.
work with that.
Right, so just trying to keep that, I'm not trying to manipulate the club, I'm just trying to keep it square on the backswing instead of opening it up so much.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so have that feeling, at least for the takeaway a little bit, is that the right palm's facing a little bit more down, not straight down, but a little bit more down, and the hands are going around the corner and the club head staying outside of my hands.
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
Okay.
And I'm keeping the focus of that left shoulder turning down towards the ball. Good.
Didn't take it back that far. I felt it. That's gonna take some getting used to.
Let's see. Yeah. Right.
Yes.
So when
Farther
you,
than what it was.
it is. I've been seeing some longer ones, but here's the thing that gets me is you kind of like stop your arms right here, and then watch your chest as it just kind of leans over the side to complete the turn. You see that?
Yep.
Okay. That's going to be a reverse pivot.
Okay.
Okay. So that's a reverse pivot right there. Okay. So if we take a look at Colin here, see how his chest, his center of his chest is just ever so slightly behind the center of his hips.
Yeah.
Here would be the center of your chest, here would be your hips. That would be a reverse pivot.
Okay.
Does that make sense, big guy?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And that comes from a couple of things. Okay. One, I can tell we got the club inside of our hands.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So at this point, we've already turned our shoulders almost halfway, and we're really inside deep. Does that make sense?
Okay.
Okay. So now we've got basically a full shoulder turn, but since our hands were so deep, we've got nowhere to go.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And then what we have to do is, because we've run out of room, we're going to lift and extend. Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Let me try something different then. Let's
Well,
see if
here,
I can
think
fix that.
think about this, right? Yeah, there you go. Okay.
Okay.
Let's see how that goes. Okay.
Yep.
Much better. Much better. Much more distance. Let's take a look at this guy. It's huge. Okay? You see that? That's so much different than the swing you just had.
Okay.
Okay? Still need to work on the face.
Yeah, I see it.
Okay? Okay. Not nearly as much of a reverse pivot there. Okay? Good. Good. Now we got to work on this. See that? That's the part that's really killing you. You see that early release with the hands?
Mm-hmm.
That's what's really killing it. Okay? Now what we got to kind of do here is, it's going to be the opposite of what I just said with the lateral side bend here, right? What I see here, now we're getting in a good position, but what's happening is we come through here now. We're not opening up our lead side, okay? And we're standing up to throw the club at the ball,
Okay.
okay? So we got to kind of have this idea a little bit, okay? This is where we got to kind of be, and this is going to be a drill that you're going to have to work on at home, and it's going to take some time, Delray. It's not going to be like, oh, this just comes, right? Because this is a flexibility issue.
Okay.
But what we want to kind of do is get these in our pocket, just as so.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And then what we're going to do is we're going to get like this. Put this out over here, this on the long end here. And then what I want to do is I want to try to maintain that side bend, right? The idea of getting my left shoulder down towards the ball. Okay.
Okay.
Now the other part that I need to do, this is where the part you need to work on, is when I come down and through, right? As you come through here, these things would be greater. You see the distance there? Right? What it needs to be is less. You see that?
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so for you, when you come here, you're getting this down, you're doing really well, but then as we go, we're creating a gap here like that.
Okay.
Okay, that's going to cause us to stand up at early extension. Okay, but if I can get you to kind of do more this, boom, and then as I turn, I'm getting my left hip out of the way. Does that make sense? Now this isn't something that you're just going to go right to. We got to stretch and work on these things, right? Get a mirror out, work in front of the mirror so you can kind of see yourself do these things.
Okay.
But that's what we're seeing right here, is that as you come through impact, okay, right, as you come through impact, right, this and these wouldn't touch at all, would they? Right, this position that I'm trying to get into wouldn't be there, right?
Okay.
Does that make sense? If we take a look at Colin here down the line, and I know this is face on, okay? So here's the side bend that he's keeping at the top,
Yeah.
right? Okay. Now as he comes on through, okay, see the side bend that he's keeping,
Yeah.
right? You would not, you're maintaining your side bend here, but then as you come through here, right, the right hip at this point needs to keep turning out of the way to allow the chest to rotate down and through. But it kind of stops and we
Okay.
stand up. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Do you see that, big guy? Okay? So that's because you have this great distance here, right? This spine is sending up.
Mm-hmm.
Your hands are like, the ball's still on the ground, buddy. Let's get our hands down there. Throw everything. The kitchen sink's going after it. Okay? And what happens is that we early release that and we get, we don't really get all the power that we could into that. Does that make sense?
All right.
Okay?
Let me see if I can do that.
Right?
Let's
But
see.
here, I'm going to give you a drill to kind of help you out with that. Okay? On one level. Okay? So go ahead and get into your setup for me.
Okay.
Okay? I'm going to slide this in behind your hands right here. Okay, so let me just kind of slide it down the rod here. All right, so as you come and swing, okay, just give me a small little swing. Good. Now what I want you to do is I want you to come through for me. All right? No, come on through. Don't try to get... Okay? Do you see how much side bend you're keeping to do this?
Mm-hmm.
Okay? Now, if I were to allow you to do what you're doing, okay, come on through here and stand up. You see how that hits your side?
Okay.
Okay? Does that make sense? So if I get you here, now I want you to turn, 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 turn.
Okay.
Okay? Feel this crunch?
Mm-hmm.
Okay? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, just a small swing. Yeah. See how much more your right shoulder's down through impact now? How your arms are out in front of you?
Okay.
Does that make sense, Del Rey?
Let's hit a small one. Let me see.
Yeah, absolutely. Hit a small one, okay?
Yeah.
All right, give that a chance, okay? But the big thing is for you, at least through impact, is that you're just standing up out of it, coming out of posture. Yeah. Pretty simple little shot, right?
Mm-hmm.
Good.
Didn't release the club.
That's all right. But do you feel how much more your body's opening up through impact?
Yeah.
Right? And you feel how your right shoulder's staying more down through impact?
Doesn't feel like everything is just straight.
Yeah. Working as one unit, right?
Yeah.
Good.
Okay.
All right. Let's keep going with that. That's a new revelation for us. That's good.
Okay.
Okay?
Let me see.
So that's a good simple way to kind of practice to get that feel, right? Keeping our lateral side bend. Yes. Let's take a look at that guy. Look at your left side getting out of the way. All right, not nearly as much scoop. Good. Look at your arms. Good. Okay. Let's take a look at it. So, hit that one pretty good, but let's see what we did. All right. See where you're at there?
Yeah.
Okay. See how everything's starting to break down? Look at that left elbow.
Yep.
Okay. That's because that left side hasn't opened up. Right? It's kind of stayed there, and then what you're going to do is you're going to stand up and not keep that lateral side bent.
Yeah.
Does that make sense, big guy?
Yep.
Okay. I'm going to let you kind of groove on that just for a minute, okay? All right, stay quiet over here in the corner on it.
Am I still standing up?
Let's take a look.
Let me wait. Let's look at this one.
Just early releasing just a little bit. See that back over here?
Early release.
Mm-hmm. All right, see how the elbow's starting to track just a little bit?
Yeah.
better job on the backswing, getting it up a little bit higher. That's good. Okay. We just got it right here. Okay. You see how that right hand really wants to take over and throw the club into the ground?
Yeah.
Okay. We still got to have that feeling like that left hand is pulling down and through a little bit more. Does that make
Okay.
sense?
All right.
Okay. So kind of do this to kind of help yourself, right? Get a feel for where that is. Pump, 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 holding that angle, and then releasing. Does that make sense?
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Hands going down towards that ball.
All right.
Go.
Go.
Get that tee out of the ground for me.
All right. All right, let me see what it looks like.
Yeah.
See if I'm making any progress.
You got it.
Little one side, face open, I see it. Okay.
So got to work on that.
Yep.
Okay, that gets us a little too inside. Still got a little bit of a reverse pivot, but once we start to get rid of going too far inside, that's going to start cleaning itself up a little bit.
Okay.
Because then we're going to stack more on top of each other and then trying to get weight moving around us.
All right.
Okay, but big thing is, look at our length of backswing. That's big for what we're trying to do today.
Okay.
Really good backswing right there for what we're trying to do.
All right.
Okay. I think the one thing that we need to kind of talk about here, and I think we kind of talked about it a little bit on the other one, a little bit, but to me, right, I would say you have a little bit of a late transition here a little bit. Would you agree?
Yep.
Okay. Because it looks like to me, and question, and tell me if I'm wrong, but it looks like to me, in our mind, we think as soon as I get up to the top, then I'm going to start my way down. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Okay. I want us to kind of think of this, all right? Our downswing starts before we get to the top of our backswing.
So hips, feet, everything goes before the top. So it's from the ground up, not top down.
Correct. Absolutely. I couldn't have said it any better myself, right?
All right.
But what we do here, right? Watch this, okay?
Okay.
And it's very minute, right? It's not this huge change that you're going to see.
Mm-hmm.
But here he goes. He's going up, he's going up, he's going up, he's going up, he's going up.
Mm-hmm.
All right? He's still going up.
Mm-hmm.
Now he's transitioned his weight. He's moved forward at this point. And he's still going back.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? But right here, he's transitioned. I can
see.
tell.
Yeah, I can see the movement.
Okay? Now, if I had a pressure plate here, you would see a huge spike. Okay? From where it is. Now, you can't, it doesn't, and that's the thing about this and even the AI program, you can't really tell. And that's why I like force plates. But if I were to show you, when he gets to about here, he's pressing into the ground. He's getting about as twice or three much his body weight into the ground, pushing down.
Okay.
And that's going to give him the reaction as when he gets here, his hip's going to start going up.
Okay.
Does that make sense? As he's coming down, that's going up. So it's got to be a little bit of a yin and yang. Okay? So I want to give you a feeling for that because the backswing's looking really good, but it needs to be a little bit more fluid and dynamic.
All right.
Would you agree with that?
What about the end, the flip? Is that still there?
I would say probably yes. If we don't have a good weight transfer, yes, it's still going to be there. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
They all go hand in hand. Okay? Because you're going to have to throw the club to get it started. You have no other momentum but your hands to get it started. Now your hands are running way past what your body can handle. And now I'm going to brace for impact. So what am I going to do? I'm going to throw my weight back here to brace for slowing down. Brace for impact.
Okay.
Okay, does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay, but I'm going to give you a drill. We're going to work on a drill that is going to get you to do that. And what it does is it's going to get your body to open up a lot more here, keep the club shaft more back behind you, and get you coming through.
Okay.
Okay? So let me kind of give you a drill. Do you see what we're doing there?
Yep.
Okay, so let me give you a drill here to work on. Let me see that real quick. All right, so I'm going to jump on in on you.
All right.
Okay? So I don't know if we've ever done this drill before, but this is what we need to we need to feel where that transition is. Okay? So this is how we're going to start. So don't worry about the ball. We're going to take our feet, take the club out in front of us.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we're going to swing back and step forward.
Okay.
Okay?
Mm-hmm.
You're going to feel that your body's still going this way as you step forward a little bit.
Okay.
If I were to take it to another sport and I said, hey, I want you to do the stretch as a pitcher, you would do this automatically. You'd go like this, you would step forward and you'd take your arm back.
Yep.
Right? You're creating that stretch that we're looking for, right? Okay? So all we're going to do is we're going to take the club, put it out in front of about waist high, swing back, step forward. Feel the transition that we get there.
Yeah.
Okay? You can probably see it as what I'm doing right there. Does that make sense?
Absolutely.
Okay, so do that a couple times because everything's looking really good there, partner, but we need to have that transition. Where is that, right?
Yeah.
Okay? Swing back, step forward. Okay? You can probably get to the edge of the carpet if you like a bigger step. That's fine. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Okay? Swing it all the way through. See if you can do it. Okay? Again. Yeah.
Okay. So that's it.
Well, I mean, I'm not going to say that's the golden,
I want it. I can.
but I mean that's a huge part, right? I think just having the understanding of knowing that I need to transfer my weight before I get all the way to the top is a big thing, right? It gets us more athletic, more dynamic. And how much more speed's in that?
A lot.
Right? Look at that. 132 carry with 157 total for just a drill that we're trying to do. Too far back. Let me show you how to do, because I can tell you want to hit balls with this. So let me show you how you want to do that. Okay, let me kind of show this real quick. This is what I would do. So get into your regular setup like you normally would. Okay, just like that. Then put your right foot next to your left. Okay, you can kind of start with the club back over here. Okay, and then what I would do is step and go through. Okay. Right, just to get a feel. I'm not saying that we're going to get great contact, but then, you know, try to start feeling, you know, as we come through here, what is that? Like, I have a feeling like when I get here, I'm stepping down just a little bit, right? what we can kind of do here just to kind of. All right, another way of kind of thinking about this or working on this, get yourself like an old towel, hand towel, put it right underneath your foot here, right? And then before you get up to the top, you got to step on that. All right, so I go like this here, step. And that's what they call that the accelerator, the gas pedal right there. Okay, so I get here, boom. And now I can transfer my weight and go through. Okay, big guy?
Yeah,
Okay.
that feels good. I like the speed I can get out of that.
Mm-hmm.
This is messing with
That's all right.
me.
There you
Okay.
go. Yeah, just swing up, step down.
Mhm.
Right, there you go. Right, so what we're in the world doing here, right, is that, go ahead and do it again and get up to the top and stop for me. Now what you've done is you've created a rubber band feeling from here to your toe and creating an elastic stretch. Does that make sense? And you should feel it right here through your abdomen area, right?
Mhm.
Okay, good.
Hmm.
Right, you feel where your weight's starting to go forward now?
Yep.
All right, so let's do this. Let's get rid of the force pedal
Yep.
and give me 4 good swings. Try to figure it out, okay?
Yep.
Might not be perfect, but we're just trying to get this new concept. It's not that one. Good job. Give me one more here, okay? Give
All
me
right.
Doing great.
I can feel it. I know. Let me hit one.
Yeah, one more. Just do it a little bit slower, okay?
Okay.
There you go.
I can feel the snap.
Right?
Almost like you jumping in it.
Yes! You can feel yourself really jump, like as you come through impact,
Yeah,
you almost feel like you're just jumping, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right? And now I think you can kind of understand why when you see some of these guys, like, even if we look at like Podrick Harrington, right? When he swings and comes through here, he's got this left foot out of the way, right? Because he's really pushing in here and getting that left side opening up for us, right? Give me one more here, big guy.
All right.
Okay. Keep on with that feel, okay?
That feels good. I feel like a lot of power, you know.
Yeah. Well, now you're pushing into the ground, right? And the ground pushing back on you. It's addicting, isn't it?
Yeah.
On this swing right here, move the ball back just a little bit in your setup. I think you're getting a little bit too far forward, which is getting your shoulders a little open.
Okay.
Okay. So play it just a little bit further back in the setup.
can definitely feel the difference.
Okay, so now we're pushing into the ground, not just turning around, right? Okay, so one thing that we really discovered today, I think is a big thing for some of our frustration, was the lack of backswing that we were having.
Right.
Right? I mean, we're getting right to here and getting really short and choppy,
Yeah.
and then early releasing. So not a lot of good stuff. Not a lot of distance is going to come out of that, right?
Right.
Right? So let's try to think about getting more degrees of turn, right? I like the idea of getting my left shoulder down towards the ball if I'm in airplane, right? Airplane mode, right? If I get here, that's going to give me a greater degree of turn, right? But up here, right, it's kind of a false turn and I start to get up and out of posture. Yeah. Okay. Right? Maintaining that lateral side bend on the backswing and on the follow through are going to be paramount, right? Okay. Now the other big thing that we discovered today, right, and I think it's a big thing, is that before we get to the top of the backswing, there has to be a transition down to the lower part to get the engine started this way, right?
Yeah.
So it's got to be kind of, I love the drill, putting my feet together, hands here, right? Swinging back, and I get a feeling where that backswing kind of needs to end,
Yeah.
right? And where I need to kind of go, okay? And then just trying to get that timed up, right? It's not one of those things that's, I do it a couple times and it's good. I need to work on that, work on that, work on that, okay?
Definitely.
Right, the other thing, as we said, once again, if we can keep that lateral side bend on the way through like this,
Yeah.
then we're not going to pop up.
Right.
Okay, what we see in the swing is that you're doing good here, getting here, but then as we come through here, you stand up,
Yeah.
and then we start to throw the hands into impact a little bit.
Right.
And that's because we discovered, because we're getting here and then we're trying to transfer our weight, not
Right.
transfer our weight before, getting things moving. Okay, see how those things kind of work together a little bit?
Yep.
Okay, any questions about what we worked on?
Nope.
Okay, so
Go on and do some practice.
do some practice, get yourself like a, an old towel or something like that, put it underneath your foot, right? And get a good sense that as I get back here, I'm going to step in, right? And I'm going to get that power moving through, right? And don't be afraid to take a little bit longer backswing than what you're used to, right?
Right.
Okay.
That is definitely a power move.
Absolutely.
I like it.